Hello, dear friends. Greetings of the day. Once again, I welcome you all to the channel that is Hospitality Education PPT with another one new session for you all on the topic that is menu engineering. In our last session on this topic, menu engineering, we have discussed about the concept of menu engineering, and also with the help of a Excel sheet, we have explained that how the different categories of the menu items are calculated on the basis of their performances. Today, in continuation to that, we'll explain it further that on the basis of that calculations of different categories of the menu items based on their performances, how the authority will take the decision for further menu planning and design. So, without wasting further time, let us proceed to our actual session of understanding menu engineering to the next level. Today, basically, we are going to discuss about the decision making and how it is based on the menu classifications. We all know in our last session we have discussed that there are different categories of menu. One is the star. They are not only selling well, however, contributing considerably to the profit to the business. That category is known as star. The second one is the plow horse. This category actually they are popular. They contribute to the overall profit of the business, but singularly they do not contribute much. They are popular but not contributing much to the profitability. That category is known as plow horse category. Then another one category is puzzle. Puzzle category items, they contribute well individually but not very popular in the menu. People are not selecting them, though their profit contribution is individually good. And the fourth and the last category is dogs. These items are unpopular and do not contribute to the profit of the business. So if you remember our last Excel, we have discussed there that after performing the menu for a specific period of time, depending on their performances, we can easily classify them or put them in different categories, that which one is your star item, which one is your plow horse item, which one is puzzle, and which one is dogs. That we have learned. Those who have not watched the first session on this, I'll request them to go through that episode first. Then you can continue in this particular episode. That will be easier for you to understand. Now, let us see the graphical view of these four categories. First of all, we are having two axes out here. One is the x-axis is indicating the profitability, and the y-axis is indicating the number sold, or we can call it also popularity. And we can see we are having two extreme points. One is a low area, one is a high area, and in this line also y-axis also according to that, the low area and high area. Now we are going to place the items in this particular graph. First one is the dog. Dog, you can see the position wise, they are low not only in terms of popularity, in terms of profitability also their performance is very low. Next one is puzzle. We can see that according to the placement of the puzzle category items in this graph, their profitability is high, but popularity, number of items sold in a particular period is low. So that's why they are puzzle. Then another one category is star. You can see the position of the star category items in this graph, where we can see in this graph that their profitability is high. At the same time, their popularity is also very high. And finally, it is the horse. Horse is having low profitability and high popularity. So these are the four categories placed in the matrix. It is very clear. And the name of this matrix, before I name the matrix, we can see that the item which are category wise in the horse category, if you take the right decision, because horse is having a low profitability, high popularity. That means we can give the effort that how the profitability of the item which belongs to the horse category can be increased, and if it is increased, it will be automatically transferred to the next category, that is star. That is possible through decision makings and marketing policies. Similarly, this puzzle item, which is high profitability and low popularity, we can also take some effort to make this puzzle item star. So it is based on your decision, how we will be taking the managerial decisions. At the same time, the dogs, first of all, dogs we can see they are low in both the areas. That is number sold, that means the popularity. At the same time, the profitability is also low. So what will be the decision then? Either we can remove it from the menu, or we can try to increase the profitability by increasing the selling price, and we can make the dog to bring it to a puzzle category. This is the graph will tell us what is to be done. And the name of the matrix, which is very popular matrix in the field of menu engineering, is known as Cassavana and Smith matrix. This is known by the name because they have created the concept of this, and this graphical view is known as the Cassavana and Smith matrix. Okay, hopefully up to this it is very clear to all of you. If not, don't forget to put the comment or the question in the comment box. Definitely, I'll be giving you the proper clarification, justification for that to make your understanding very clear. Right? Okay. The next one is, we'll try to elaborate a little more. The star category, we know it is high popularity and high profitability. Then what can be the decision we can take? First of all, we can pay attention to locating them in a highly visible area of the menu. In a menu card, there are different places. Psychologically, the client or the guest, their attention will be drawn towards a specific part of the menu. That we are going to clarify it in a better way with example in the later part of this session. So first of all, we can change their location so that they will become more visible in the menu. That is one decision we can take, because because it is star item, already a heat item, we'll try to make it more popular. What we can do is that another one decision can be taken, that is raise their price slightly so that the contribution margin will increase without affecting the item's popularity. So what we can do, we can slightly increase the price margin. However, we should also look after that if because of the hiking of the price margin, by any chance it should not be losing its popularity. So we can increase it little bit so that it will add on to our profit, as because it is already the heat item, it is a star category item. So that can be one of the decisions. Another one decision could be just leave them alone, because they are already stars and they are already heat item. So we can take a decision, we may not take a decision. And if you graphically see that their popularity and profitability are almost in a very highest order. This is the decision we can take about the star category items. What next? Plow horse category. What are plow horse? They are high popularity category item and low profitability. So what our decision will be accordingly. So as because they are low in profitability, we can increase the price, but but remember this. Be careful because consumer or customer are always very price sensitive. If the price is increased, they may not be, then popularity may be affected. You should be very carefully increase the price so that profitability will go higher. That is one decision we can take. Or change the items that accompanying the plow horse item to lower the cost product, reducing the overall food cost of the menu item. This point is giving another one, highlighting another one area for us, that as because their profitability is low, either we can increase the price, but I know that it is price, customers are price sensitive, or else what we can do, we can try to increase the food cost without compromising the quality. That means, suppose a particular dish X, which is served with some other food items to make it a complete dish. What we can do, we can decrease the cost of those items which are accompanying this particular dish X. So automatically your food cost will be little lower, and if it is lower, if the food cost is lower, it will ultimately hit to your profit margin. That also is possible. We can take that kind of decision as well. Another one is that relocating the menu items to the more popular and higher contributing margin area in the menu items. As I have told you, in the menu item, there is a psychological side from the customer's point of view, that normally whenever we open the menu, our eyes get attracted to a particular area. There are different zones that I will definitely clarify. So we can relocate them where normally customer having the intention, unknowingly they put their eyes there and select from that area. So you can pick up the plow horse item and put it there in that particular zone of the menu, so that it will automatically get the visibility, and once the visibility is there, people will select it, and once they are selecting it more, automatically the popularity, low profitability will change into high profitability. More it will be sold. Okay. And graphically, if you want to see, this is the position. They are high popular but low in profitability. So this difference can be done by doing this kind of, taking this kind of decisions, right? Next one is puzzle. Low popularity, high profitability. See, flowers was high popularity, low profitability. In case of puzzle, it is low popularity and high profitability. What is that? What kind of decisions we can take? First of all, relocating the menu item to a high profile area on the menu, or including it in a high merchandising campaign. We can also do a high selling technique, and maybe we can rename the product so that the customer will be automatically interested to select that particular dish. Okay. Another one decision we can take, decrease the menu item price, as because already they are high profitability, and to make it little more popular, we can slightly compromise the price of that menu. We can decrease it little bit so that customer will be automatically interested to select that, and once they are selecting it, automatically the popularity will go higher. Got it? Right. And then another one, remove the menu item. We can do that also, as because they are very low in popularity, we can easily remove it. But there is a point to be considered, that sometimes it is kept in the menu because there are certain customers who regularly order for these kind of items. So naturally, suddenly we cannot remove it from the menu. So let it be there, and you can relocate them or decrease the price. That will be your ideal decisions to make it high popular, high profitable item. Clear? And graphically, if you want to see that, we can see it is a low in popularity and high in profitability. That is clearly visible from this graph. And now the last one. What is that? Dog. Dog is low in both the cases. Low popularity and low profitability. What is that? That means what kind of decisions we can take? Straightway, very simple, is remove the item from the menu, especially if there is no cross utilization. So you can easily remove it from the menu. That is one. Another one is that raise the price so that the item has the potential to become a puzzle. So profitability will be higher if you raise the price. That can be also done to make it puzzle from the dog. And third one is that keep on the menu. Sometimes their sales are often accompanied by other profitable sales. These items are sometimes purposefully kept in the menu because these items are chosen with some other popular items always. Keeping in mind that item without removing, we can keep it in the menu. So these are the three decisions we can take. And we can see that in the graph, it is low in popularity and also low in profitability. So this is the decisions we can take in due course of time after seeing the performance result. Right. Now, we'll use these informations in the menu designing process. We have to design the menu. It is a part of merchandising. We'll also discuss merchandising in detail in the later part of our sessions in other next episodes. What we do, we consider the eye movement pattern, how we look at in a piece of paper. Eye movement pattern is there, it is very scientific. So naturally, we will based on that to promote these items. What is that? People's eyes tend to focus on certain areas of a menu depending on whether it is a one panel menu or a two panel menu or three panel menu or many panel menu. Menu designing, sometimes a menu may have a one panel, maybe two panels, maybe three panels or many panels menu. And people are having a kind of style of their eye movement. Unknowingly they do that. So if we can utilize that effect of eye movement in our merchandising of the menu, that will help us in promoting the sales and to promoting the popularity. So placing the dishes, you want to draw attention to the areas where people's eye tend to focus on. So we'll try to put the items in such areas where normally, initially, the customer will put their focus because of their typical eye movement pattern. Okay? And this is based on one. It is based on you will be able to sell the items you really want to sell. That is our main process. Right? Okay. Now what is that? What is the menu psychology? We are going to utilize the psychology of the customer also. First of all, currency symbols. Normally, in the menu, don't put the currency symbols because that will create some kind of negative effect in the mind of the customer. So price is so much, we should not go for that. Instead of that, you just put the price tag, but not the dollar sign or the rupee sign or any other sign. Okay. So no currency symbols. Highlight feature foods. You a particular menu can be highlighted. If you want to feature it, highlight it so that if it is highlighted in your menu, automatically the customer's focus will be towards that highlighting area. So that can also be done. We can utilize the psychology of the case. Color of the menu, we can follow the scientific color codes so that the people will be attracted to look at those areas, to focus on those areas, and they will select from those areas only. As I was talking about, next is the eye movement, and use the decoy effect. That will discuss the decoy effect in terms of a sample there. Use descriptive language. Each menu, try to give a very crisp descriptive language so that people will understand and automatically get attracted. Try to use such language which is not going beyond the heads of the customer. Understandable, catchy words, people will automatically get attracted towards those dishes. So you have to think about the language. Right coinage of the words will also help in increasing their sales and popularity. There is a sorry thumb rule. Normally 6 items per category of the menu, especially in QSR, quick selling restaurant, or the fast food menu items. Each category should have at least 6 items per category. That is for the QSR and fast food menu item restaurant, and 7 items for starter and desserts, and 10 items for main dish or fine dining restaurant. This is a thumb rule we can follow. Now, step by step guide for menu engineering. Choose a time frame to analyze your menu. Once you launch a menu, let it be performed for a specific period of time. Maybe your management authority decides that every 4 months it will be relooked, analyzed, and decision will be taken accordingly how they are performing. So that time frame you have to follow. Measure the profitability and popularity that we have done in our previous session. In the Excel sheet we have discussed about their popularity and profitability, contribution margin, food cost, and we have judged each and every dishes, and accordingly we have placed them in different categories, either star or plow horse or puzzle and dog category. That can be done on the basis of these two parameters, profitability and popularity. Categorize your menu items. After doing that, a category, find out there which category the menu item is falling now after doing a specific period of performances. Design with your menu engineering findings in mind. Now you have to design the menu with your menu engineering findings in mind. Which one is start, which one is plow horse, that already you know through your actions. Now it is a time to take the decisions, and step by step we can do that. Again, analyze your new menu success. Once it is done, you launch a menu and analyze their success. While doing that, involve your staff in the menu engineering process. Definitely, they will be involved in doing so. Now, in front of you, we are having a 3-panel menu card. Now, let us see normally where the customer having their typical focus to start with. First is right at the center. You can see the moment they open the menu, their eye will be hitting this area first. So this is the ideal place for putting the star items, because star items, they are high in both the areas, profitability and popularity. And the next focus will be there. You can see the direction. Next, normally the eye goes to that corner, right top corner. This area is also meant for star items, star category items. And then next, the eye will move to the extreme left side corner on top. This is the area where you can put the plow horse side. Okay. And then the next movement of the eye will be there at this bottom corner on the left hand side. There also you can put the plow horse side. So whenever the customer is initially starting with the looking at the menu, this is the way their normally eyes move from this area to number 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. And then they will be coming back to this area right hand side bottom corner, and here also you can place the plow horse, because plowers is what? They are popular but low in contribution. So naturally these are the areas where you can put the plow horse item so that the visibility will be high. Then next what? On top of that, there is another one place where normally eyes are attracted. This area for star category items. We can place the star items over there. And then in between these areas, here, then here, and here, we can place the puzzle. That means while looking at the menu, from star to star, then from star to flowers, in between, whenever we'll go through, we might select some products from here which are puzzle in category. So this is the ideal place for the puzzle, either place here in between, here in between, here in between. Then puzzle is also sorted. What is there remaining? That is dog. Now these are the other areas where we can place the dog items. So we'll be selected in between from 6. Again we'll look at this. So naturally in between the areas are there where the product like dogs are kept. So while selecting the other items, they will select also from the dog area. So this is a placement of the product as per their category in your menu panel. If it is a 3-panel menu, I have taken a 3-panel menu for your best understanding. Clear? Now, after understanding this, to check to your understanding level, I am giving you one small activity. That is your homework basically. You are part of our restaurant strategic team tasked with optimizing the menu to maximize profitability and customer satisfaction. Our recent menu engineering analysis has categorized the 11 items on the menu as follows. Star items, 5 items, popular and high profitable. Flowers, 3 items are there in the menu out of the 11, popular but less profitable. Puzzle items are 2, which are highly profitable but less popular. And finally, the dog, 1 item is there, which is not popular, not profitable. 1 item only. So altogether, these are your 11 items. This is your understanding from your analysis. Now, what will be your role now? This is a question for you I am raising. We'll try to solve that. Based on the given analysis, what decisions would you propose to make the menu more effective? Consider how the restaurant can enhance profitability, maintain the customer satisfaction, and streamline operations for each category of items. Okay, this is your task. We can go through this episode again and again to make your understanding very clear, and then try to solve these and then check whether to what extent your decisions are correct with the managers. Okay, fine. If you are having any questions, you can put me in the comment box. I'll clarify it once again. So thank you very much for attending this session. Hopefully you have understood whatever you have discussed in terms of menu engineering and how the decision can be taken. If you have liked the session, click it and then subscribe it and share it with your friends. And if you're having any questions, definitely you put me there in the comment box. I'll get back to you as earliest to with the proper answer and justifications. Next week we'll another one session will be floated for you. Hopefully that will be more interesting for you all. So till then, thank you very much. Take care.